Hello, everyone out there in YouTube land. Welcome to Diego Knows. I'm Diego, and today it's talk to more about Sex and the City. That's right, that wonderful show from the late 90s, early 2000s. I'm Diego. I've watched every goddamn episode of Sex and the City, all 94 episodes, and I'm almost done. I'm almost done now, okay? I watched both movies and I watched that piece of shit show and just like crap. Don't watch it. The show sucks. It's horrible, okay? But I'm going to talk about the good show today, okay? Sex and the City, okay? Now, when I initially first watched Sex and the City, some 20 something years ago when it first came out, I was a younger man, but I lived in a big city. I knew a lot of people that were in the acting industry. We were doing theater. Musicians, stand-up comedians. That kind of thing. Models. That kind of thing. And I was young. I was in my 20s. I just out of the Marine Corps, living in a big city in Chicago. Going to school during the day, working at night. So I knew a lot of people. We hung out with each other. We had a lot of sex. Okay, we did, and we went to a lot of parties, and we did a lot of stuff together. It was fun. It was a fun time. It's the stuff that you do when you're young, when you're in your 20s. Okay. Well, these women on Sex and the City, they just kept doing it. Okay, all the way up until their 30s and 40s and shit. Okay, and now they're old. All right. Now, what the show was trying to tell you here is what the life is like of dating from a woman's point of view, okay? And that's what attracted me to the show, was I wanted to see what it was like from a woman's point of view to be living my lifestyle, but from a woman's point of view, okay? Now, I got hooked on the show because all the hot girls I knew were watching it, okay? But mostly I watched it because I wanted to get laid. I wanted to know what was going on. I wanted to know how women think, okay? So that's why I started watching the show and I got hooked on it, okay? And I love the show. I thought the show was great, very well written. I think Candace Bushel did a really good job, and I think they did a good job for the most part on the show. The only problem I had is I did not like the way they treated the guys on the show. The guys on the show were not realistic guys. These were not real men. These were just caricatures of what gay guys thought men were. Okay, because gay guys were the ones that wrote this show. Okay, it was marketed for women, but it wasn't marketed to me. Okay, I was the only straight guy that I knew that was watching the show on a regular basis. Okay. So the show was not marketed towards me, okay? So that's the biggest problem I had, is I didn't like the way the men were being portrayed on the show. So that's why I got this YouTube channel here. I started watching it, and just like crap, that piece of shit abortion, the reboot of Sex and the City that they brought back, it was horrible. But that got me thinking about, well, what did I like about Sex and the City? So I started watching the old shows, and I decided I was going to, since I reviewed and just like crap already, I decided I was going to go back to the original episodes and kind of relive my youth a little bit, okay? And go back to all the original episodes of the show and rewatch them and review them here for you, and then give you a straight man's point of view. Okay, that's the point of view you never got. No one ever told you the truth. Okay, the show was fucking lollipop land, and unfortunately, ladies, y'all were drinking the fucking Kool-Aid. Okay, this shit would not happen in real life. This is bullshit. Bullshit. Okay, and I'm here to separate the fact from the fiction, and that's what I do here. I'm going to give you a straight man's point of view. Okay, I will not censor myself. So if you're easily triggered, if you're easily offended, get the fuck out of here right now. I am not going to censor myself. I'm going to tell you the truth, because that's exactly what the world needs today. They needs the truth. Okay, no more bullshit. Okay, I'm here to tell you exactly what a straight guy would think if these situations were happening for real. Okay, and get you out of fucking lollipop land. All right. Okay. So now we got that out of the way, okay? Let us begin here. The episode that we're reviewing today, we're almost done. This is season 6, episode 18. Season 6, episode 18. There's only 2 more episodes, and the show is officially canceled. After that, then I'll go into the movies, and then I'm going after your chick flicks. I'm gonna destroy your fucking chick flicks too. I'm gonna start with The Notebook and work from there. Yeah, I ain't done. Fuck no. Okay, but anyway, yeah. I got a lot more coming. There's a lot more coming. Oh yeah, I can't wait to start going into that bullshit, 50 Shades of shit and all that kind of crap. Yeah, I'm going there. Oh, you better believe it. I'm going there. All right. Anyway, so that's where we are. Season 6, episode 18. The name of this episode is called Splat. Okay, and this review right now is part 2. Okay, I already did part 1 that already got downloaded. Watch that one first so you get caught up to where we are. Okay, there's a lot going on in this episode, okay? I think the series creators knew that this was the final season and these were the final episodes, so they decided to spend a lot of money. So we've got a lot of scenes, a lot of cameos, a lot of guest stars, a lot of shit just going on, okay? A lot of different locations, a lot of different subplots, more than in your typical episode. Okay, that's why it's taking me so long to review these episodes. I gotta break them down. There's just so much fucking going on, all right? All right, so where we left off is Carrie invited all of her friends over to Alexander Petrovsky's house for dinner, okay? And they all showed up there. They all brought their men with them. Yeah, men, right? I know. Okay, and Stanford was invited too, right? Okay, so they're all there having dinner at Alexander Petrovsky's house, okay? Samantha was talking about her vibrator. Her maid broke her vibrator. Smith Jared was there. He thought it was sweet that she quit using it once he came back from Mexico. Stanford's there with his boyfriend Marcus. Okay, and he mentions that he makes a little vibrator joke. Okay, Carrie and Alexander are both embarrassed. Alexander doesn't really like these people very much. Carrie's friends because Miranda's giving him like the fuck you eyes, and which she gives to everybody basically. And Samantha's making inappropriate jokes at his fucking dinner table, so he's fucking pissed off about that. He's an upper class, even though he's Russian. He acts like fucking Euro trash. Okay, I went to art school, so I knew a lot of artists like him. A lot of guys that are just pompous and fucking think they're all fucking that, because they sold a fucking watercolor for $500. Now they think they're the next fucking Pablo Picasso. They're not. Okay, but then of course they fucking hate Americans, but they love coming over here and using our fucking resources, right? Anyway, the point is that he's one of those types, okay? And he's not comfortable with them being there. You can tell he's being polite for them, but he's not comfortable with one of his guests talking about her vibrator while they're all having dinner. Okay, Miranda, of course, does not like him. I already said that. Steve is very blue collared. He doesn't know much about finer things. He's very, like I said, he's a very blue collared guy. He doesn't know much about culture or art or etiquette or any of that kind of shit. He's a meat and potatoes type of guy. Gotta love him for that. He's just a diehard New Yorker. But he's here. He is in a Eurotrash party, and he's just trying to fit in. He asks him about the piano. Hey, you play the piano? You know any Billy Joel? Like Piano Man or My Life or Scenes from an Italian Restaurant? Or we didn't start the fire, or she's always a woman to me, or like. And of course, Alexander doesn't know shit about Billy Joel. Like I said, he just comes over here to make his money. He doesn't give a shit about Americans. And by the way, New Yorkers are not, that's not all America. It's not represented by New York, okay? That's just a particular type of American. That's not all America, okay? But that's where the Eurotrashers go. They never go to fucking Dubuque, Iowa, okay? They always go to New York or LA, and they think that's what America is, just New York and LA. And it's not by a long shot, okay? So that's going on. Charlotte's there. Charlotte used to be a curator at an art museum. So she's there with her. She doesn't work anymore. She's there with her husband. Her husband's an attorney, her divorce attorney from her last husband. Okay, and he mentions something about he doesn't like France. He doesn't like the toilet paper over there is weird. Whatever. So that's going on. And Alexander mentions that he asked Carrie to come live with him. He's got a show in Paris very soon. Okay, and he wants to just leave New York and just live there now. He asked Paris to come. He asked Carrie to come with him. Sorry, he has Carrie to come with him to live with him in Paris, and she's not decided yet. But that's a shock to all of her friends. They're like, "What the hell? You didn't tell us?" And he's like, "Well, I just found out He just asked me a few hours ago." Blah blah, that kind of thing. So she's kind of going back and forth. She's a New York girl. She writes a New York column. That's her job. New York is really a part of who she is. Okay, and he's asking her to give that up, to come be with him in Paris, okay? And she's thinking of this like it's a fucking rom-com. Well, it is, and those are bullshit too, just like this show is, okay? A guy like that, a guy with such a high sexual market value. Remember, this guy fucked every supermodel in Studio 54 back in the 70s, okay? A guy like that, this guy's like an artist, like a Mick Jagger type guy, okay? Is gonna settle for fucking Carrie. Are you out of your fucking mind? This bitch doesn't even know how to fucking cook, okay? She's got fucking mice in her fucking apartment, okay? You really think a guy like him is going to be attracted to a girl like that? Of course not. But on this show, it happens, okay? So just go with it. The show's fucking lollipop land. I say it over and over again. The show belongs on the fucking Sci-Fi Channel. It's not belonging fucking on HBO, okay? So just fucking go with it. I'm waiting for fucking aliens to show up and laser guns to start blasting away, okay? Unfortunately, it doesn't happen. But anyway, the point is that that's what's going on here on the show, okay? We're expected to believe that a guy like him, okay, a famous multimillionaire, successful artist who's willing to pay all of Carrie's bills, buy her apartment for her so she doesn't have to pay for anything. She doesn't have to work. She can just be like a Charlotte, but in Europe, just fucking walk around, do whatever the fuck she feels like doing while he works and sells his fucking, his art sculpture or whatever the fuck it is for millions of dollars. Okay, he's got houses all over the world. He's been to every fucking country in the world. It's like, what the fuck, okay? That's the type of guy this guy is, all right? So it sounds like a pretty good deal. It sounds very Cinderella, and that's the way Carrie looks at it. She's so fucking honored that a guy like him will, first of all, be faithful to her. All right, there's some bullshit. Okay, ladies, if you ever do get a guy like this, like a guy with a high value, you are going to have to share him. I don't give a fuck if you're his wife, okay? You will know that you will have to share him. okay, because he is attracted to a lot of women are attracted to him, okay, and he thinks he's gonna fucking settle down for your ass. You're not. You're not gonna lock that down, okay. He might give you his resources. He'll take care of you financially, okay. He will marry you. He will buy you a house. He'll buy you a car. He'll buy you gifts. He'll support your kids, his kids and your kids. He'll do all that shit you'll want for nothing, okay. But don't think for one fucking second that he's gonna stay faithful to you, okay. You're gonna have to let him fuck other women. And yes, I said you're gonna have to let him, because if you don't, okay, he's not gonna fucking give you any of that shit. Okay, that's just the way it is. Guys like him don't have to. They have options. Okay, and they're not going to settle down for you no matter how beautiful you are. They're sure as fuck are not going to settle down for Carrie. Sorry, it's bullshit. I like Carrie a lot. Okay, but this guy's way above her league. All the men on the show are above the leagues of the women that are on the show. I'm sorry. Okay, middle-aged, alcoholic, slutty women. They're not the most desirable women on the face of this earth, much less in New York City. Okay, sorry. High-value men are not going to go for those women. They'll go for one-night stands, absolutely. Okay, but these are not the kind of women that high-value men go after. Okay, sorry, but they're not. Okay, hey, straight man's point of view. You don't have to like it. I'm telling you the truth. Okay, meanwhile, so let's get back to where we are. Okay, so far, that's going on here. Thesis of this episode is it time to stop questioning? Okay, now basically the theme of this episode is basically, should you think about everything and overthink everything? You know, it's like girl talk. You know, when does girl talk become girl action? Okay, they're always talking about what they want to do, what the pros and cons. Okay, but no one ever just does it. No one ever just says, okay, I'm just fuck whatever happened, I'm just gonna fucking go up and do it. Okay, they don't do that. They overthink everything. Carrie especially overthinks every fucking thing, and so does Miranda. Not so much Charlotte. Okay, unless it's just something that she wants, and definitely not Samantha. Okay, but the show's written around Samantha. Samantha can do whatever the fuck she wants. She's not gonna face any consequences for her actions. The cancer that she's going through right now is not a consequence of her actions. It's just bad luck. Okay, but she made a homemade fucking porno video. Okay, and her business is not gonna suffer for that. No, not at all. Even though it's a fucking pseudo celebrity that she's dating, you know, and yeah. She made a sex tape, and she's a publicist. She's not a porn star. Okay, she's a publicist. Okay, people give her money, and she represents them. Okay, do you really think anyone's gonna give her any money if she had a fucking sex tape out there? Of course not. She would lose her whole fucking business. Okay, she would be blacklisted from the industry. But the show just expects you to just go with it. It's Samantha. Okay, just go with it. You know. The whole world worships Samantha. No, they don't. They don't, okay? I like Samantha too. She's got a lot of self-confidence, but god damn it, she needs to tone it down a little bit. Just a little bit, okay? There's only so many years I can take of listening to the same person tell me over and over about how fucking fabulous they are. She fucking creams over that word fabulous. She uses it 7-8 times an episode. Fabulous this, fabulous that. Jesus Christ, not everything is fucking fabulous, okay? Jesus Christ, okay? Your shit stinks just like everybody else's, Samantha. Anyway, moving right along. So Harry notices that Liz Taylor is getting chunky. Yeah, he notices that. Or does he? Yes, he notices that Liz Taylor's getting chunky. He's there sitting watching TV with the dog. Liz Taylor's the fucking Cocker Spaniel that belongs to Charlotte that she adopted. Okay, it was a gift actually. Okay, and she got gangbanged last episode. They took her to the dog park and fucking some Schnauzer fucking mutt. Yes, I'm Lady and the Tramp. Yeah, I know, I got the reference. Okay, started banging her first, and then of course they rode the train on her. Okay, and now Harry notices that his wife's dog is gaining weight. Charlotte puts she thought he meant her. She's like, hey, I'm not talking about you, I'm talking about the dog. You know, Liz Taylor. You know, yes, Liz Taylor's gained weight, but she's been dead for. That's the real dog, Liz Taylor. Oh, you meant the four-legged one. Okay, that one. Yeah, that one gained weight too. Yes, that one gained weight too. Okay, she gained. The dog's only 8 pounds and it gained 4 pounds, so now it's 12 pounds. So she goes. Charlotte rushes her to the fucking to the pet store to get some diet dog food, and the clerk at the attendant there recognizes that the dog is fucking pregnant. Okay, so now Charlotte's all upset. If you did not know, if you've been watching the show, then you know that Charlotte is extremely upset right now about not being able to have a kid. She's been trying with her husband, but her eggs Her eggs do not fertilize very well. Okay, so every time she thinks she got pregnant recently and then she had a miscarriage right away, she can't seem to hold a baby. Okay, so she's afraid. And she's 38 years old now. Okay, so I mean, her days of giving birth are pretty much done. Okay, the chances were already slim even if she'd been healthy, but apparently her eggs don't fertilize very well. So she's afraid that she'll never be able to have a kid. It was bothering her a lot. I mean, what else is going to bother her? She doesn't fucking work. She doesn't do anything. Okay, she already finished her Jewish studies to convert to Judaism, so she really has nothing to do. She can't go ride in the cock carousel anymore because she's married. Okay, so like, what does she got to do? Nothing. So she's trying to have a kid, and she can't have a kid right now because every time she tries, she fails, and it's taking a toll on her emotionally. So she decided to distract herself by getting a dog. So by taking care of this dog, she doesn't think about the fact that she can't have a kid. Okay, this was her distraction. Her friend Anthony called her out on it, but of course she got offended, so he apologized. Okay, so now even her dog is getting pregnant. Okay, so that just fucking is twisting the knife for her. Okay, she considers herself the mommy of this dog. Okay, Liz Taylor, and the fact that her daughter is getting pregnant and she's not getting pregnant is pissing her off. It's bad enough that one of her best friends, Miranda, already got pregnant and had a baby. A baby that she didn't want. I mean, she wants her now, but Miranda did not want to have a kid. Initially, she tried to get rid of the baby, and then she decided at the last minute not to. Okay, but Charlotte has wanted kids the entire time, and she can't have kids. So it's bothering her. It's making her very depressed, and now she's depressed again because her dog is fucking pregnant. The dog is knocked up. Okay. So she goes on this big rant while she's cleaning. When she gets depressed, she starts cleaning. She's cleaning the fucking bathtub. She's talking to Harry. Harry's like, hey, I heard Liz Taylor's knocked up. She's like, yes, apparently everyone's getting knocked up except for me. You know, it's not fair. You know, she goes on this big fucking rant. Okay. You know, and of course, you know, she can't really face her dog. She's like, look, Liz Taylor, mommy can I look at you right now? Because the dog walked in the bathroom. So the dog walks away. And Harry's like, okay, I'm going to leave her alone. She's going through her fucking psycho shit. You know, and that's what I would do too. I'd fucking leave her alone if she was having a meltdown like that. Okay. So that's going on here, you know, and she just goes on this rant about like the puppies are going to be mutts. You know, now we're going to have to take care of her fucking unpedigreed, whole trampy unpedigreed family, whatever, blah, blah. So that's going on. All right. Meanwhile, Carrie and Samantha are at the bookstore. Carrie's shopping for a CD course on speaking French because she wants to learn French now because she's considering moving to Paris. Okay, and she's talking to Samantha, and they're talking about Miranda. Okay, Carrie says like Miranda doesn't like Alex. She doesn't like Alexander at all. Okay, this is about Billy Joel. That's what this is about. Okay, the whole Billy Joel thing, because her husband loves Billy Joel, and Alec didn't know what it was, so she's pissed off. She doesn't like Alec, you know, but whatever, blah, blah. Samantha's like, no, it's not about Billy Joel. That's not what it's about, okay? We're all a bunch of selfish bitches, okay? And we want you to keep you in New York, Carrie. We want you to stay here, okay? That's why we're not as excited as you want us to be, okay? Is he a great guy? Yes, I think he's fucking great, you know? Okay, he's, you know, and he's a bit arrogant, but he's got the goods to back it up. Okay, so I think you're very lucky. I think he's perfect for you. Okay, that's what Samantha says, which is pretty cool. Of course, Samantha's got this stupid ass fucking brown wig on. Okay, and Carrie's still like, well, Miranda doesn't like him. Okay, she's not even trying to like him. Okay, she asked him no questions at the dinner party, and she's always about the questions. Okay, and Samantha says like, well, here's a question for you, Carrie. What do you care? Okay, I've never asked what you or any of the other girls thought about my boyfriend. And Carrie's like, this is the first time you ever referred to Smith as your boyfriend. Regardless, you know, she's like, the point is, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what anyone thinks, Carrie. He's fabulous. And Carrie's like, well, Miranda has a point. Okay, I can't leave New York. Okay, I don't know how I do someplace else. And Samantha's like, your fabulousness will translate. Like I said, she creams over that word fabulous all the fucking time. Samantha's always saying fabulous. Fabulous this, fabulous that. And everything's fucking fabulous. Okay? And she tells Carrie, she's like, you dictate the terms, Carrie. Maybe half your time will be over there and half your time over here. Don't let him tell you how long you're going to be there. Okay, good point. Okay, meanwhile, Carrie's walking down the street in New York. She's got her headphones on. It's cold outside, so everyone's buffled up. They all got hats and coats on and scarves and shit. And she's walking down the street with her headphones on and she's listening to the fucking French CDs, trying to fucking learn French, the hooked on phonics style of learning French. All right. Later on that night, she's getting ready. She's putting her earrings on. She's getting ready to go out with Alexander. They're going to a party, the party that Enid, Candice Bergen's character, invited them to, the couples bash that she's having at her place at her high rise. Okay, so they're getting ready, and Alex comes over there and goes like, "Have you decided? You know, have you decided?" And she's like, "Well, she says, I'm not sure yet." I'm inviting you to France, Kerry, not jail. She's like, well, my whole life is in New York. Maybe we can go to Paris for a few months and then come back. That way we can still live here. He's like, I need to be in Paris right now, Kerry. I've been in New York for 3 years. I'm finished with New York. I need Paris now. And Carrie's like, well, I'm not finished with New York. Maybe we can do a long distance thing. No. That never worked for me, Carrie. Someone always meets someone else. Someone gets lonely or bored. So now Carrie realizes that he's given her an ultimatum. Like, you're going to come with me to Paris or we're not going to be together anymore. Okay, so that's basically, she sees it for what it is now. Meanwhile, they go to the party. Okay, at Enid's place. That's Candice Bergen's character. That was her editor when Carrie worked at Vogue. Okay, so they go to the party. Okay, Alex and Carrie, they brought this old guy there. That's Alex's friend. Okay, his name is Martin. He's this old bald guy. This guy looks like he's in his 60s or maybe 70s. I recognize the actor. The actor, his name is Wallace Shawn. He's just this character actor. He's this dopey, goofy-looking old guy. He shows up in a lot of TV shows, a lot of independent movies and stuff. You recognize his face once you see him. He's like this nerdy guy. And whenever they need like an old nerdy guy, they always hire him. He's been in every sitcom, every TV show, every Law and Order episode or CSI. He's just one of the characters that shows up for one episode, you never see him again. And that's who he is. I reckon I've seen him in some other fucking shit before. His name's Wallace Shawn. He's this nerdy, he's a food critic. His character's a food critic. Okay, and of course Candice Bergen sees him and she's just not turned on at all. She's like, what the fuck is this? You know? And they walk away. So it's just Enid and Carrie, and Carrie says like, you know, he's really fun guy. And Enid's like, he's a fucking hobbit. Wow. You know, I felt sorry for you in the beginning of this episode, Enid. You know, when you were talking about how, like, you know, you're lonely, you're old and you're lonely. You're not part of a couple, and like there's no prospects in line. And now you're just a bitch. Like, what the fuck? Okay, and the reason she's old and alone is because she squandered her youth. Now, in real life, Candice Bergen was a model. Her dad was a famous celebrity. That's how she got into business. Okay, her dad was a famous ventriloquist. He got fucking upstaged by a goddamn dummy. And I read about her, and you know, and her dad's name was Edgar Bergen. He's a famous ventriloquist comedian on the radio. She has a radio show that was very popular in the 30s and 40s, and the Charlie McCarthy Hour is what it was called. And he was, and when Candice was growing up, she was known as, oh, that's Edgar Bergen's daughter. Okay, but now as an adult, when she became an adult, he became known as Candice Bergen's father. So he didn't like that. He didn't like that very much. Okay. But anyway, yeah, she did outshine her own father. But, you know, she was part of that feminist movement in the late 60s, early 70s, the burning your bras, fuck everybody, you know, Roe versus Wade took into effect. So, like, it was absolutely, she was all about that. Okay. And she squandered the best years of her life when she was young and pretty. She squandered it on just riding the cock carousel, okay, and working on her career. Well, she made it her career, but she ended up alone. Okay. Just like Enid is here. Okay. So I feel sorry for her, but I also don't feel sorry for her. She did this to herself. She did this to herself, okay? You put career over a family, over a spouse, over kids. Okay, this is what's going to happen. Okay, you'll make it to the top. You'll be successful. Okay, but you won't have anything to show for it. You'll have your money, your vacations. Your one night stands. Okay, you'll have the guys that are going to use you for money. Like the Smith Jareds of the world. Okay, but you're not going to have anything real. Okay, and that's kind of sad. So you have to ask yourself, what's more important to you? What is more important to you? Okay. Because if you want to have kids and you want to have a husband, you have to fucking be there for them. Okay? Yeah, it sucks, but that's life. All right? I know it's against what the feminists were spouting, the second wave feminists spout, but that's still the truth. Okay? You can't have everything. You can't have your cake and eat it too. All right? Well, she made her choice. She put her career first, and now she's old and alone. Yeah, and it bothers her because the guys that are her age are dating, the successful guys that are her age. She's a successful woman. The successful guys that are her age are dating younger women. The successful women her age are not dating younger guys unless they're being used, and they know they're being used, and that's not what they want. They want someone who legitimately wants to be with them. So anyway, that's behind all of her anger here. Okay, so there's another. Carrie looks over there, and a woman calls her out like, "Carrie, motherfucker, Carrie, is that you? Where the fuck have you been?" Well, she looks over there, and it's this woman. Her name is Lexi Featherstone. Lexi Featherstone. She's a party girl. Okay, she's a very rich. She's friends with Carrie. They've been friends forever. Once again, another character that has known Carrie forever. That's great friends with Carrie. Is a character that we've never seen before, and we will never see again. Literally, we'll never see her again. Okay, and. Okay, and she's played. Lexi's played by this actress named Kristen Johnson, who you remember her from. I think it was called Third Rock from the Sun, that sitcom. She played some character named Sally. I never watched that show. I just remember it was with fucking John Lithgow and Joseph Gordon-Levitt. Okay, that's all I remember about the show. I was in the Marines when the show was on, so I never fucking watched it. But anyway, that's what she became famous for that show. And I think I remember her like she was in an Austin Powers movie or something. She played Ivana Humpalot in an Austin Powers movie. That's all I remember her from. But anyway, she's one of those faces. She got this face that you can just instantly recognize. So she's there at the party. She's smoking and she's drunk. And later on, we find out she's fucking doing blow too. So she's just fucked up, okay? And she's loud and obnoxious, okay? And she's the only girl there that's not with a guy. Like I said, it was a couple's party, and she's by herself, okay? So she calls out Carrie, "What the fuck have you been?" So she tells Carrie she's gonna go upstairs and smoke. She'll be back in 5. Blah blah blah. So that's going on here. Meanwhile, Miranda is talking to Steve, okay, about how pretentious Alexander Petrovsky is. She does not like him at all. They're back home they already had the dinner. They're back home and they're getting ready for bed. She's putting on her fucking lotion. He's taking off his clothes and putting on his pajamas, all right, while they're talking in the bedroom, okay? And she's talking about how she doesn't like him. And he's kind of annoyed. He's like, "Oh, you still talking about him?" That kind of thing, And she's like, "He's pretentious and he's so fake, And the worst part about it, Steve, is the way that Carrie acts whenever he's around. Like, she never laughed once at the dinner party. She never smiled once at the dinner party. That kind of shit, Okay. Okay. And Steve says, like, "Yeah, no offense. No offense, sweetheart, but you never think anyone is good enough for your friends or for you. I mean, you remember me? You didn't think I was good enough. You never thought I was good enough," which is fucking true. Absolutely. I'm glad someone fucking finally said it. She treated him like shit the whole time they were together. That's why I couldn't understand why they got back together. She treated him like shit. You got to remember, she dumped him because he was a man-child. Okay, because she caught him watching cartoons once and eating fucking cereal. Okay, and there was some other stuff he was bad. Like, he didn't have any credit. He didn't have any credit cards. He barely had a checking account. He wasn't very responsible for that kind of shit the way she was. But you got to remember, he's blue collar. He's poor blue collar, and she's rich Ivy League. She went to Harvard, Ivy League, fucking white collar. Okay, I mean, she's working to be a partner at her law firm. Okay, so like they come from different worlds. Okay, so yeah, of course, and she thought he was beneath her, and that's why she dumped him. Okay, it wasn't until she became a single mom and realized that guys didn't really want her, and she got fatter, that she finally realized what a catch Steve really was, okay? And he just happened to be her baby's daddy, too. So that's why she came back to him. It had nothing to do with him. She always thought she was above him. She always thought he was beneath her, So I'm glad that he called her out. She's like, that's not true. Well, bullshit. It was completely true. You treated him like shit because you thought you were better than him, Miranda. Absolutely, okay? But then Steve's like, hey, it's okay. Don't worry about it. I knew you'd come around, And then he kisses her and they get in bed together, okay? And she's still fucking harping on fucking Alexander, And she's like, what was that? What the fuck was that Carrie said? Large scale light installations. That's Alexander's artwork. It's large scale light installations. What the fuck is that anyway? He's like, okay, he's full of himself, all right? And then they lay down in bed. He puts his arm around her, and you could tell that she's worried that Carrie's going to leave forever. And Steve tells her, he comforts her as best he can. He's like, hey, if she moves, it'll be okay. Okay, you'll still talk. She'll still come to visit. And I wonder if Miranda acted this way when Samantha fucking moved to fucking London. Okay, in between the Sex and the City movies and the new and Just Like Crap. Samantha's gone. She's on the show. She didn't die on the show. They explained that she moved to London. She had a falling out with Carrie. Well, but they didn't explain the falling out she had with Miranda or Charlotte. Like, I can understand her fucking having a falling out with Carrie, but Miranda and Charlotte as well? Like she refuses to see or talk to any of them or visit any of them? That doesn't ring true to me. Okay, I wonder if Miranda was crying like this about Samantha being written off the show. Okay, as she is afraid that Carrie's gonna leave forever. I don't buy it. I don't buy it at all. Like I said, this new show and Just Like Crap is just that and Just Like Crap. They forgot. They don't know, or they're choosing to ignore Sex and the City. They're choosing to ignore these characters. Okay, and for what these characters really are like. Okay, it's bullshit. But anyway, so I just realized that, like, okay, like, I don't think Miranda was this sad when Samantha got written off in Just Like Crap and she moved to fucking London and cut them all off. I don't think she was as worried as Miranda is right now. Okay, so Miranda's like, she's not gonna move, she's not gonna leave, she's got too much here. She's not gonna just up and leave it all. No, Miranda. Actually, the truth is, you've got too much here. Okay, you've got too much to just up and leave New York. Okay, Carrie doesn't. She can leave anytime she wants. She got nothing holding her here, really, other than you and her other two friends. There's nothing else holding her to New York. Okay, there's not. That's the difference. Okay, you've got things that are anchoring you in New York. She doesn't. And I think that makes her upset. Okay, meanwhile, Carrie is stuck with Martin, okay, the nerdy guy, the food critic guy. She's stuck with him at the party. The party's still going on. This whole scene with Steve and Miranda was while the party was going on in Brooklyn. Okay, so so Carrie's stuck with Martin, and he's talking about food, about cheese. And you can tell that she's trying to be polite, but she doesn't want to talk to him anymore. And she looks over across the party, and she sees Enid talking to Alexander. They're sitting on the couch and they're talking to each other. Like she's like flirting with him. Like it's so fucking obvious she's hitting on him. Okay, now I've been in this situation myself. Okay, where I was on a date with a girl and we met this other girl, and the three of us just decided to share a cab to go to this other bar. But me and the first girl were officially on a date. Okay, but this girl tagged along. And when the other girl was there, went to the bathroom, the girl that we picked up just to share a ride over there was all over me. Like she's like, this was her opportunity to hit on me. I was like, whoa. And then my dick comes out of the bathroom. She's like, what the fuck? And she fucking got on that bitch's face like, he's mine. I just remember that. This scene made me remember that. It was a long time ago, but your 20s, Okay, so Carrie basically does the same thing. She's like, she's like, okay, I'll be back, all right? And she goes over and she walks over to the couch to find out what the fuck is going on. What the fuck is so happy over there? How they all get so happy with themselves? She's touching him and laughing at his jokes and whatever, blah, blah, blah. Okay, so Carrie cock blocks her, basically. And Alexander gets up to get some more drinks. And Carrie's like, why are you hitting on my man? And he's like, I'm sorry, Carrie. He's my age. And you got him. I'm in no man's land here, Carrie. If you're a successful woman, if you're a successful 50-something woman, There's a very small pool of dating options. Well, like I said earlier, okay, she's feeling this way because she squandered her youth. Okay, she spent her 20s riding the cock carousel. And now that she's old and not as attractive anymore, she's got nobody around because nobody took her seriously. By the time she woke up from it, it was too late. She already hit the wall. Nobody wanted, her value had gone down sexually. Her sexual market value had gone down by then. Of course, nobody wants to be with her. Okay, the 50-something-year-olds that worked in their career, they're with the hotter, younger women. Okay? The 50-year-olds, the women that worked on their careers, they're alone. If they didn't fucking settle down early when they were young and attractive, okay, the chances are slimmer that when they get older, they're going to be able to settle down like that. No, you have nothing to offer a man. You might be smarter than him. You might make more money than him, okay, but you're not going to give him any kids, okay? He's not going to grow old with you. You could die tomorrow. You know, it's like you have nothing to offer anybody. I mean, anybody that you want. A rich, successful guy like Alexander, you have nothing to offer him, Enid. So what the fuck are you pissed off about? Don't get mad at Carrie. She got a better shot with him than you ever did. Okay, you could have gotten him when you were Carrie's age or younger, but you didn't, did you? Because you didn't take those guys seriously back then when you were young and hot. Okay, there was always a better guy for you. There was always someone better. Better in bed, more money, more romantic, more funny, more everything. There's always someone better. But now you're old. And you spent so much of your youth chasing what was better, you ended up with nothing. So no, I don't feel sorry for you, Enid. I don't. And now she's pissed off because Carrie, who's younger, is with this guy. And she's not, even though he's her age. So she's like, if you're a successful 50-something-year-old, there's a very small pool of dating options, Carrie. So why are you swimming in my pool? And Carrie's just like, I'm going to the bathroom. Okay, so she goes to the bathroom. Okay, and in there is Lexi's there. Lexi, the party girl, the loud, obnoxious party girl is there. And she's doing blow. Of course she is. Ugh, and it's starting to snow outside. And she's fucking doing snow inside. Okay, and she offers some to Carrie. And Carrie's like, no, thanks, And she's like, okay, well, I can't believe I'm 40 years old. Carrie, you remember when we used to go to the tunnel together? We were like, what, 5? Did you know you and I are the only girls here that are single? And she's like, actually, Lexi, I'm here with somebody. Fuck you, Carrie. She walks out. Okay, meanwhile, Charlotte is cleaning dog shit off the carpet in her apartment. Okay, and Harry runs in there. Okay, and goes like, Charlotte, Liz Taylor is giving birth in the bathroom right now. And Charlotte's like, Elizabeth Taylor, mommy's coming, because she was scrubbing the dog shit off because the dog was pregnant, so it's shitting everywhere. Okay, and so Charlotte actually delivers the puppies. She delivers all 3 of the puppies. Yes, she does. That was kind of cool. All right, so that's going to end part 2 of this review for this episode. I appreciate you watching this long as you have. I will see you very shortly in part 3, and that should finish the episode, all right? So thank you for watching. I'll see you on the next one. Bye.